What's going on, guys? It's SPT Killerwood coming back at you now with another long-awaited collection video. I know it's been several months since I made my last video, and during the summertime, I had the kids here. Just everybody here at the house. Wasn't really trying to make a video with all that mess going on. But as you can see in front of me, you know what this collection is going to be. It is the Nintendo Switch. This is my long-awaited collection video. I got a lot of games to show, guys. A lot of games to show. So I've kind of went on a Nintendo Switch kick. I'm noticing that a lot of these games, besides a lot of them being really good, it seems like a lot of them are really low print run games as well. So as far as like a collection aspect, it's almost kind of like a no-brainer, I guess I would say. But yeah, I got a good little bit of games. So, without further ado, let's get it started. As you can see on the left side, we have the Splatoon pink and green Joy-Cons. That is actually my girlfriend's system. And the one on the right is mine with the white Joy-Cons. I do actually have the white back plate as well. I just don't want to move it around or nothing. But yeah, mine was just the what was it, the pink and blue one. That's the one I bought, and she had the all gray, but we got the different Joy-Cons, and I got the back plate. So maybe in another video I'll show that just really quickly. But anyway, to start it off with, I have the Assassin's Creed 3 remastered edition. Assassin's Creed 3 was kind of one of my least favorite Assassin's Creed games, but but with it coming on the Switch, I went ahead and bought it. Next up is the Bendy and the Ink Machine, the GameStop exclusive, with the GameStop label on it. I know there is some of them out there now that doesn't have the label on it. Mine's still sealed. I haven't got around to playing it yet. As you can kind of see, there's a lot of games that I have that are still sealed, but eventually they'll get played. So, but yeah, I got Bendy and the Ink Machine. Hers is a pretty good game. Next, I have the Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. It's supposed to have a lot of... this is basically the Wii U port, but it does have some new levels from the Mario Odyssey. So yeah, I'm going to jump on that eventually. I got way too many games, guys, so... there's a lot of them that I haven't played yet. Next up, I got Cat Quest. This is another one that I feel that it's going to be kind of hard to find. I haven't really seen too many copies of it, so I went ahead and jumped on this one when I seen it. And but I actually heard it's really good too, though. So, and I believe Cat Quest 2 is coming out at some point, and I don't know if it's going to be for the Switch or not, though. I haven't heard. Excuse me. Next up is the Cave Story Plus, the Nicalis, yeah, from Nicalis. Unfortunately, this one doesn't have the goodies in it, so I'm trying to actually find me another copy that has all the stuff that goes inside of it. I got this game kind of before I found out what Nicalis was all about, so yeah, I bought it used at GameStop, and it didn't have anything in it, so... But yeah, I'm on the lookout now for another copy of it that's going to have all the stuff. I'm trying to collect all the Nicalis games. Another copy I have here is Dead Cells. Awesome game. I had it for the PS4, and so I was like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and get it for the Switch. They actually have like a Game of the Year edition or something coming out here soon. I don't know if I'll pick that up. Next up, we have the Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. It's a very, very good platformer. I've been playing a little bit of it. Haven't got too far into it yet, but it definitely gets harder as you get further in. So it's another good game to have for your Switch collection. Next up is let's do it this way. I've got the Dragon Quest Builders 1 and 2. Took me a little bit of time to find the first one. I don't know about wherever you might live, but here where I live, not very many stores had this, so I had to kind of hunt this one down. Dragon Quest Builders 2, though, on the other hand, it's pretty simple to find, but there again, it was the last copy at Best Buy that I got of this one. But we've been playing the second one, and yeah, it's definitely really fun. I don't know if I actually play the first one now since we've been playing the second one, but I wanted to have it in the collection to have for both of them. So that's Dragon Quest Builders 1 and 2. Next up I have is Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. Don't know anything about it. I bought this in a lot of games. I believe it was on either Facebook or OfferUp. The person had like 6 or 7 games for sale, so it was part of the lot. Next up is Dragon's Dogma, Dark Arisen. I actually played this on PS3 when it came out, just the regular version of it, not the Dark Arisen version. But it's awesome game. Very good. Next up is The End Is Nigh, another one by Nakalis. I can't remember if I got the stuff in this one. Got the game, and it's got the, I guess, like the book. I'm not quite sure if there was anything else that came with this one. Still trying to find out, but yeah, The End Is Nigh. The intro, if you've got this game, you know what I'm talking about. But the intro to this is really cool. That's all I'm going to say. If you want to find out, you can go YouTube it, or if you've got the game, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Next up is the Final Fantasy X 10-2. This was also part of that Dragon Ball lot that I bought. The guy says that he didn't use the code for X2, so I'm not quite sure. But yeah, Final Fantasy X 10-2, hopefully. I know it's 10, so hopefully 10-2 is on there as well. Next up is a copy of Fire Emblem Warriors. I heard it's more like like a Dynasty Warriors kind of game. So it's still sealed. I haven't opened it up yet or nothing, but got it kind of cheap, about $20 on eBay. So yeah, I was trying to get the actual, I guess, special edition or collector edition of it, but yeah, that didn't fall through. So, or actually, yeah, either way, I didn't get it. So. Next up is Flippin' Death. I've seen some videos on it, but I haven't actually played it yet. But I got it really cheap, so yeah, Flippin' Death. That's just another one that I thought that maybe it might be kind of hard to find, on down the road, because I think, was it Best Buy or somebody was the only ones to get it? Or I could be wrong, but I've only seen it at Best Buy, so. Next up is Hollow Knight. Just an amazing game. I can't wait for the next one to come out, and I'm still waiting for the release date on it. So far, there's nothing being said yet, but Hollow Knight's awesome. This one just came out a couple weeks ago. It's the Horizon Chase Turbo, and I had to get this one because I know this one's going to be very hard to find on down the road. So yeah, Horizon Chase Turbo. The next one I have is I Am Setsuna. I'm guessing this is the English version of it. Because I know the Japanese had the Japanese writing on it. But I couldn't quite find out if the Japanese version actually had English. But I know this one does, so I just went with this one. So yeah, still sealed. You can hear the plastic roll. You can hear that plastic, baby. Another game from Nakalis is It'll Do 2. Very kind of Zeldish, Zeldish-like. Very fun game. I haven't actually played it yet, but from what I've seen on it and the reviews that it got was really good. So It'll Do 2. Colorful. And then the next game is Zelda. We all know this one, so I don't have to talk about that. But Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, that's what I'm currently playing. That and a couple other ones. The next one I have is The Longest 5 Minutes. I can't really tell you. Something about you had like 5 minutes left or something, and you was at a boss fight, and you like lost your memory or something to that, and you had to kind of go back and figure all of it out. But yeah, I haven't opened it yet, so I'm not quite sure. I haven't seen these anywhere in the store. I just happened to stumble across it on eBay, and so yeah. And that's the first stock. Hang on a second, guys. Got a couple stacks here. All right. Excuse me. The next game up is the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I believe every single Switch owner in America and around the world has this game. So, but it's Mario Kart. It's awesome. You don't have to say anything else about that. Next game up is the Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle. So, yeah, got it really cheap. I think I paid like $20 for it. Another game that I've been currently playing is the Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. It's a really good game. I always, I like the other ones that came out on, 1 and 2. So it's definitely awesome. I just kind of wish I could get more online into it, man. I mean, a lot of times when I go search for rooms that are open, it's just always, it can't find nobody. So I don't know if there's that many people playing or what's going on, but I'd love to be able to, jump in and do some co-op instead of just playing it by myself. I've managed to get a couple games, a couple matches or whatever on, but normally when I go search, I'll sit there and search for like 5 or 10 minutes and it just keeps popping up saying, it can't find a match. So I just kind of give up and then just go on through the single player by myself. Another game that I have here is the Monster Boy. Still sealed. But yeah, Monster Boy is really good from everything that I've seen. Another one that might be kind of hard to find down the road is the Max, the Curse of Brotherhood. So I got this kind of cheap. It's like maybe $15 or something like that. It wasn't too much. So probably won't never play it, but went ahead and picked it up. The next game is the Super Mario Brothers U Deluxe. It was on the Wii U. Great game. So they just, ported it over for another game to have on the Switch, and, got to get it. So another game that I started playing, but I got to get back to is Octopath Traveler. Just nothing but great things I've heard about this game and seen about it. Just an awesome RPG, and so far from what I've played, I'm enjoying it. So just got to get back on it. Next up is Owlboy. It's kind of, I don't want to say it's kind of like, Wonder Boy or the Monster Boy, but it's kind of along that lines, a platformer. So still haven't played it yet. A lot of these games I haven't played because I picked up so many games so fast that I just don't have time to play all of them. So, but yeah, Owlboy. Eventually I'll get around to them. Another game that came out, I believe the same time that Mario Odyssey came out, was Poi, the Explorer Edition. I got this game really cheap. It was like $10. I heard it was really good for what it's worth. Eventually, I'll get on it and see how it is. If not, it's in my collection. So next up is the Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. That was another game that I got in a lot. So yeah, haven't played it yet. Don't know if I will. Next game that I have is the Savaria Delta, if I pronounced that right, or if I didn't, I'm sorry. It was one of these games, I seen on the website for GameStop that it was coming. I was like, it's like $30 or whatever, and odds are they won't be, hardly any copies of it. The Japanese version has been out for a while, and it seems to be selling pretty high on eBay. So, you could have went to the developer's website and actually ordered it from them, and they had some kind of like foil cover or something to go for it. Of course, I didn't know that at the time, but yeah, Savaria Delta. It's a shoot 'em up. So mine's still sealed. I don't think I'll probably open that one. If I do want to play it, I might just download it on the eShop or something. Another one that's going to be really hard to find. They only made basically one print run of this game. It just came out here recently. Is Raiden 5, the director's cut. Mine is still sealed, and it probably will stay sealed. When I found out that they were only doing one print run, I decided that I was going to go ahead and jump on it and grab it. So I had to go to Best Buy. Even GameStop didn't. Well, even my GameStop didn't get this in, and it wasn't even in their system for pre-order. So thankfully, my local Best Buy still had, like a copy or two left, and I was able to snag it up. So that one's going to probably jump up in price here eventually down the road. Next up I have is Ream, or Rime, however you pronounce it. I actually beat this on the PS4 and got the platinum on it, so just went ahead and picked up the Switch copy. It's very hard to find. I don't really see it too often, so went ahead and got it. If you haven't played it, though, it's pretty good, but I heard they fixed the issues on it with the Switch, but I played it on PS4, so if you got a PS4, just get it for that. Next up is the Roller Coaster Tycoon Adventures. Here's another game that I just happened to see on eBay that I didn't even know they had for the Switch. Apparently it was like a Target exclusive or something. So went ahead and scooped that up, and we played around with it for a little bit. My girlfriend seems to like it, and I've watched her play it, and it's not too bad. I mean, it's worth playing. Probably not one of the best that's ever been made, but it's definitely not the worst. So it's it's worth playing. Is it worth maybe the $40 price tag? Probably not, but I mean, unless you can find one used somewhere down the road, or maybe cheaper or whatever. But yeah. So Roller Coaster Tycoon Adventures, not too bad. Another game that I really want to get back into, but man, it's been a little brutal so far since I've been trying to play it, and that is the Salt and Sanctuary. It's a 2D Dark Souls, and man, it's brutal. I ain't gonna lie. I got a little ways into it, and I just kind of hit like a roadblock where I just kept dying and dying. So I was like, all right, I just gotta take a break for a little while with this. But it's an amazing game. I really like it. All right. Next up, we have let me back this up a little bit. The Shantae and the Half Genie Hero. I have the Day One Limited Edition Big Box set. I had this game for PS4, so I went ahead and got it for the Switch. Shantae's a very awesome game. If you haven't played it yet or anything, I'd say go get it. You can find these copies anywhere from like possibly maybe $50 to like $60. Sealed. If you want just the game by itself, it's like $30 or so it's not too bad. All right. We'll go ahead and throw this in here before I get to the next part. Next up here is the Starlink Battle for Atlas. I got the starter set, and it's still sealed, brand new. You can find these pretty much anywhere now for like $20. I think I'm just going to keep mine sealed, because you can play the game without having all the ships and the little men and the weapons and all that. You can do that. So, I mean, if you want to just play the game, you can get a used copy of the game for like $15 or so. You might be able to find it even cheaper somewhere else. But if you want the starter pack, I don't think it's ever going to be worth a lot of money. But I mean, if you want just, like a big box collection in your collection, then, you can find that for like $20 or so. I think I got mine for $20. Hell, what was it, a couple weeks ago, GameStop had, if you bought a Switch brand new, you got a copy of it free with it. So there you go. All right. Next up, we have Sinmora EX. It's a really good shoot 'em up. I've been enjoying this. I've been playing a good little bit of this. It's definitely really good. Next game I have is the SNK, the Heroines Tag Team Frenzy? Yeah, Frenzy. I ain't gonna lie, guys. I've never played this. I know it's a fighting game, but GameStop had it for $10 a few weeks back. So for $10, brand new, I scooped it up. You don't see very many $10 Switch games. So when you see them, you better get them, because otherwise, these games can get very, very pricey very quickly. Next up is the Steam World Dig 2. Haven't played it yet, but definitely it looks pretty cool, so going to give it a try eventually at some point. Next up is Splatoon 2. You know, everybody's got this. You know, you've done heard everything else about it, so I ain't going to have to say anything about that. Next up is the Street Fighter, the 30th Anniversary Collection. You know, you get a pretty good bit of Street Fighter games in one set here, so not too bad. You know, my fighting game's always been Mortal Kombat, but for, you know, I think I got this for maybe $20 or somewhere around there. Wasn't much, so went in and scooped it up. Next up is Super Mario Maker 2. Yes, it's still sealed. Don't give me no flack for it, guys, because I haven't played it yet. You know, yes, I know it's good. But there again, I'm just playing so many other games. I was actually waiting on this one anyway, so that way, by the time that I did get to it, there would be a lot of levels created, some very good levels, so that way, you know, I could go and enjoy that. Because as far as trying to make the levels myself, I know they made it kind of simple, but I don't feel like doing all that. I would just rather play the levels that people make, so... And the story mode is pretty good, too, from what I hear, so it's not too bad. Next up is Mario Odyssey. Or, excuse me, Super Mario Odyssey. But, yeah, I've been playing this, almost got this beat, and, you know, ain't nothing else for you to say about that. Next up is the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Still got to get into this. You know, I'm not really a fan of it. I just picked it up, you know, because... the kids here like to play it. They got their copies too, so sometimes we play. But I don't know. I'm not really too big on the fighting games anyway. But when I did, you know, Mortal Kombat was my jam. This one right here was also $10 a few weeks back at GameStop. The Sushi Striker, The Way of the Sushido. Haven't played it, so yeah. Next up is an exclusive copy of the Tiny Troopers Joint Ops XL. This was exclusive to Walmart, and supposedly they only made like 5,000 copies. So, yeah, I was lucky enough. My Walmart had a copy of it and got it, and it's still sealed. And I probably won't open this. Not really seeing myself wanting to play some Tiny Troopers. Next up is the Wonder Boy, The Dragon's Trap. Very good game. Kind of a little bit hard at some places, or at least it was for me. But it's pretty good though. There again, this is another Nicalis game that it comes with all the little goodies and stuff with it. And I got this one when I got Cave Story, so this one don't have the stuff in it either. And I'm debating about whether or not going back trying to find another copy that's got all the goodies with it, or just not worrying about it. But yeah. Next up is the Xenoblade Chronicles and the expansion, Torna, the Golden Country. I've played a little bit of this. It's great. I mean, I like it, but my one complaint is the fighting style. I don't like the way the fighting is. I kind of wish that, yeah, I wish it was just more, you had more hack and slash than kind of how it's set up. I need to give it some more time because I'm still really early in the, still basically at the very beginning of the game, to be honest with you, but I haven't played too much of it yet, but I have fought a little bit in it, and I just don't like the way the fighting is, where you just kind of push one button or whatever, and he's just kind of swinging sporadically around, and, I don't know. But yeah. Anyway. Next up, we have Yamawara, the Long Night Collection. This is like 2 games in one. I just happened to come across this on eBay. It's still sealed, and I haven't seen this game anywhere. Never seen it in stores, so it's supposed to be like a horror story or horror game kind of. So yeah, 2 games in one. So I'll play it eventually. Next up is Yonder, the Cloud Catcher Chronicles. Wasn't too expensive. I got this one at GameStop. Haven't played it, but it looks pretty interesting though, from what I can tell. So yeah. Next up is Yoshi's Crafted World. I've been playing this. It's a really good game. It kind of starts out a little simplistic, then it gets a little bit harder. But I mean, not like hard. I mean, you could tell that the level kind of elevates a little bit as far as what you have to do, but it's not like nothing that you can't handle or can't do. And then you can go back and replay the levels and get the collectibles and stuff like that. But it's definitely a good game. So I had to have it. And the last one here I have is Ys 8. And it's still sealed. I had this for the PS4, which I wound up actually selling it. And then I decided to get it back, so I went ahead and just got the Switch version. It's a very good game from what I hear. Pretty long RPG. But yeah, I'll get into it eventually. When I have time to sit down and play it, I'll definitely get into it. I do have a lot more games, but this right here is really just what I wanted to show you today. Because, I got like another probably, 25 or so more games. But I'm going to use that as like a pickups video. So at the end of this month, I'll do like a pickups video and I'll show you, those games. Because, I mean, theoretically, all these games that I showed you could be a pickups video. But, like I said, because I've been getting these games probably for the past 2 months, 2.5 months at the longest. So when I got a Switch, I kind of hit it hard and was running. And, that's where I'm at right now. So the next set of games I'll show you, in probably about another week or so. This weekend, I'll be hitting up the Southeast Game Exchange. Shout out to 8-Bit Eric. He's going to be there. I hope to see him and, be able to chat it up with him for a little bit. If you watch 8-Bit Eric, go check his channel out. But yeah. So, I'm back, guys. I can make some videos now. I'm going to try to keep you updated more on what I got coming. I mean, what's going on. But yeah. So, if you like what you see, please, hit that thumbs up. Leave a comment, subscribe, like, whatever you got to do to keep in touch with me. And until next time, guys, it's Killerwood, and I'm out.